Welcome back to this Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. We've been north to the docks, we came from the west, we've been east to the entertainment promenade. The only place left to go here in Nar Shaddaa is south to the Refuge sector. It's worth noting that you can't change your party in this area, and there are a couple things you can do here to gain influence with your companions. I have enough influence with Atten at this point. I have enough influence with Mira, with Visas. Mira is another character. We'll get her soon enough. There's no opportunities. You can lose influence with Kreia down here. You can lose influence with HK47. And I've got enough influence with T3M4. So I'm just bringing Beator along. Yeah, I know this leaves my party a little low, but as I mentioned last time, I managed to come across quite a lot of components, and my lightsaber can now handle enemies just fine on its own. The Refugee sector is, well, there's a lot of side quests here, some of which I've screwed up by my little rampage with HK47, but these guys here are involved with, I think it's Lutra, I forget the guy's name, but the guy who's looking for his wife. He says he can't get into the sector because these guys are in his way, so we're just going to pick a fight with them. Normally picking fights with people is dark side. In this case, it's not. They don't really seem to mind that you just go around picking fights. In fact, that's true of a lot of this area where there are peaceful solutions available, and you don't get any dark side points for choosing violent ones, and you don't get any light side points for choosing the peaceful ones, so get the XP. You know, why not? I'm actually going to start by going up this way. And this is just a lot of empty space. Those side rooms there are empty.
This is Serico territory. Get out of here before we space you. Got it?
Okay. I want to speak to their leader.
That's a laugh. Look,
and
you've made it.
You know, more or less, you can pick a fight with them. And yeah, no, that really should be dark side points for just randomly picking fights with people, but they're thugs, so you know, we can righteously destroy them for great justice.
You're tough to have made it this far. Too bad you're not going any farther.
Okay.
Do you hope?
Now, it would be nice to have some area of effect, crowd control power here, but oh well. And I guess I should probably have used my energy resistance power. Oh well. Because I'm very light side, getting injured doesn't really affect me that much. I can just heal. I'll clean up everything later. There's still quite a few of these guys left.
How do you like that?
Now, hopefully Beator, with the various bonus items I have, can pick all these locks. If he can't, I'll just wait and come back later with that to clean stuff up. There's nothing preset, it's just all the usual random stuff. And honestly, I don't really need that much right now. As I said, could always use more components, and I'm going to need more money soon enough.
You asked for it.
As you can see, this lightsaber is painfully effective. With every hit, I'm doing at least like 30 damage, and I get 4 attacks around, so I'm going to clean up off-screen and be right back. Didn't find anything particularly useful. This bronzium light battle armor is slightly better than what Be'ador was wearing before. This airspeeder is damaged, and you can essentially do the work, or you can have one of your companions do it for you. So I'm going to install one piece, and you can ask Be'ador to sort of look at it.
After you assemble it.
And he says essentially after you do the work, he'll evaluate it. And I don't have particularly high skills in any of this stuff.
Looks grim. That's a little better.
And more or less, I screwed up the demolitions check, but since Be'ador is here, you can he essentially helps you out, and he will fix whatever you screwed up. And now you can use this airspeeder to move around Nar Shaddaa. I don't really care about that much. What I do care about is it gives me influence with Be'ador. That's one of the reasons that he's here alone. If you have multiple party members, you can only essentially gain influence with one of them. This one, I think you get to choose who you have check your work. And you can also gain additional influence with that in here, but I don't need it, so I'm not going to worry about it. The next thing that we need to do is in this central area of the refugee camp. And these guys walk by, and they apparently know someone I travel with, and they said I left him back at the ship. Actually, even if he's in your party, they say you left him back at the ship. So let's go talk to him. And they have some information to sell me for 25 credits, which I'll fork over. And they say that Atten was here before and claimed to be a refugee, but they knew he was a soldier and an assassin. So, well, that's some interesting background on Atten. We kind of knew something was up, and sort of out of character, we also knew something was strange because of Krea's little conversation. So we'll have to have a little chat with Atten when we get back we get him back into the party. But that'll be a little while. So for now, I'm just here with Be'ador doing my thing. This guy here, Gariel, is the one reason I have just Be'ador in the party. If you have anybody else in the party, they will have the reaction first. Some people you'll lose influence with. Actually, I think you might be able to safely have T3M4 in the party too, but not much point in bringing him along here.
Keep back, I am ill. Contagious, the others say.
Anyway, you can use treat injury to heal him.
But I might infect you. I won't turn away your help. Thank you. Feeling a little better. Thank you.
And he gives you a random lightsaber crystal or part. And you gain some light side points.
You did the right thing, General.
And, you know, for all that deep dialogue, you get an additional amount of influence with Be'ador. There are some conversations you can have with Be'ador at this point, but none of them are particularly interesting. I'm probably going to skip over a lot of Be'ador's conversations because they don't add a whole lot. There are some things he says which are important, though, because he was there at Malachor 5. Anyway, Husef here is the leader of the refugees.
Welcome, traveler. My name's Husef. I try to look out for the other refugees. You wiped out all of the Serico on your own? Impressive. You've made things easier for us around here. If you could convince the exchange to take some of the pressure off, that would really be a big help.
Okay, well, we'll do what we can.
Thanks. Good luck.
And you actually only have to do one or the other to sort of complete this area, but I might as well do both. Nada here has another quest for us.
Are you one of Sakwesh's men? Did you take my daughter?
The exile is female, so she can't really be one of Saquesh's men, can she? Anyway, no, I didn't take your daughter.
Don't you work with Saquesh? He took my daughter, Adana, to sell to the Hutts. All because I told him I could not pay his tribute.
Okay, well, we can help you get her back.
I owe Saquesh 600 credits. I don't have enough.
You know, you can pay him off, or you can find other violent but light side ways to do it. So we'll find where he's hiding her and release her.
Thank you. But won't he track us down and kidnap her again?
Don't worry about that.
Thank you. Thank you. Please hurry. After the Hutts have her, it will be impossible to find her.
That's one quest we are going to do. Call here sells you some information, which is ultimately worthless, unless you're not going to fight the exchange, in which case it sells you a little bit about a mechanic you can do for the area, which I'll explain in a second. Karana here wants a ship off-planet. Unfortunately, we killed the Ithorian, and the Ithorian is her ship off-planet. Otis here is looking for is a pilot looking for a crew, and we killed off the rest of the crew. You know, that little rampage with HK-47 had some consequences as far as the other quests we could complete, but those are just sort of meaningless side quests, and so that we kind of out of character did that to get some influence with HK-47. Well, I mean, I was supposedly a canon playthrough, but, you know, I'm taking some liberties with canon, more or less, and waving, you know, you didn't see that. Anyway, what you didn't see either is that this episode is running out of time, so, or maybe you did see it, and we will deal with the exchange in our next episode.